Next. Oh! German Army in World War II started out with a squad of 12 men. One light belt-fed machine gun and the rest riflemen. As the war went on, manpower issues became critical for the German Army and the squads got reduced down to about 10 men. However, the firepower for that squad actually increased as the war went along with the introduction of additional belt-fed machine guns, submachine guns, semi-automatic, and in some cases select-fire assault rifle automatic weapons. So they were able to compensate for the lack of manpower. What you see in front of you here is an example of a Kampfgruppe, which is made up of elements of both the German Army, the Waffen-SS, and the German Air Force ground troops. The German Army was very capable throughout the war of assembling ad hoc units designed for a specific battle, a specific mission, etc. And as the war went along, they wound up having to use that capability to create full-strength units out of decimated units that had been shot up and nearly destroyed. Training was such that this was easily done, and it was very effectively done, and enabled them to complete their missions as needed with what they had available, regardless of what entity they came from. It also helped because late in the war, they were actually taking people, especially out of the Navy and the Air Force, when they no longer had the ships or the airplanes to fly, and putting them on the ground. Demonstration teams, move out. The first weapon that we're going to talk to you about is the basic standard German infantry rifle. This is the Kar 98K. It's made by Mauser. Kar stands for carbine, and the K stands for short. This is the development of the World War I German Mauser rifle that, through several successive permutations, got shortened and shortened and shortened until it became the short carbine that was issued in World War II. This weapon is a bolt-action fired rifle. It fires a 7.92 millimeter rifle cartridge, a standard infantry rifle cartridge of the German Army. In America, we tend to call this the 8 millimeter Mauser cartridge. It's fired from a 5-round stripper clip inserted into an internal magazine. This weapon weighs about 10 pounds. It has an effective range out to about 600 yards in the hands of the average rifleman. They were also used as sniper rifles with scopes mounted for that purpose. If you would, demonstrate the Kar 98K. Earplugs. That's the Mauser Kar 98K, a rifle that was issued to the German soldiers throughout the entire war. When the German Army moved into Russia, they came up against the Russian SVT-40, which was a semi-automatic rifle. The Germans decided that that was a good idea. They liked the SVT-40, so they decided to develop their own semi-automatic rifle and came up with the G43, adopted and sent to the troops in 1943. This weapon that you see now fires the same 7.92 millimeter rifle cartridge. It has an effective range out to about the same 600 yards. It's fed from a 10-round detachable box magazine. These weapons were somewhat unique in that they were all issued with an integral scope rail on the side of the rifle so that selected troops could put a 4-power rifle scope on it and use it as a sniper rifle. These weapons were very effective, very useful, but they were never able to manufacture them in the quantities required to supplant the bolt-action rifle. If you would, demonstrate the G43. That's the German G43 rifle. Now I'll turn you back over to Captain Hunt.